Hello, today we're looking at lavender sachets. You can buy lavender sachets. I love anything with embroidery on it. They're a wee bit expensive, but you know, they're very professionally made. Not everyone likes the scent of lavender, but I'll show you how to make a sachet and then we can talk about the options. If you have, and most of us probably do, we embroidered hankies around the house, then what to do is fold it corner to corner and just get a rough idea of the size that you want. Okay, now I'm using here part of a pad, you know, a telephone message block. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pin that on just to keep my size true. And I'm going to sew round 3 sides of it. I'm going to sew round the 2 edges, and then I'm going to sew up one side, and that will give me a little pocket that we can put our sachet or our soap into. This is a sachet that I made. You can see it's sewn round 3 sides. A simplified version of the pin cushion that we made in the other film. You don't have to worry about turning it, you know, and overstitching if you don't want to when you do the third edge, because it won't be seen, because that will be inside. But if you're not someone who likes lavender, then think about soaps that you like. You might not have access to lavender, you might not like it, whatever, but you might have a favourite soap. I love Lily of the Valley, but I do have very dry sensitive skin. I can't use scented soap, but I can put that in there, and then when I hang it in my wardrobe or put it in my drawer, then I've still got the nice scent. And it also gives us a way to use perhaps hankies or napkins that are a wee bit past their best, but that still have nice embroidery on them. So I'll show you how simple this is just now. Now, the edges of the hankies are the hardest part. The more delicate the handkerchief, the more delicate the edges, and can be a wee bit difficult to sew. In that case, you might choose to hand sew it. Let's just do this. Pull the thread out. Oops, it isn't. There we are. That always takes me a wee minute, but it's worth it. It means you don't, as I said before, get that wee bird's nest bit on the back if you pull the under thread through. Now you want small stitches for this, so I'm actually going to put my sewing machine down to 1 and just keep it as straight as possible. And that's because I'm not actually going to necessarily sew it inside out, so that we can still see the original hem of the hanky. But again, that's a matter of choice for you, and it depends obviously on what kind of hem your hanky has. Now, if you just bear with me a wee minute, please. Going to turn this backwards. doesn't matter so much the third edge, but I do want you to leave a border along the top, and you'll see why in a moment. And just gently pull this away. Now remember, you may be dealing with much finer cotton. You know, handkerchiefs can be made of lawn, they can be made of a number of things, but generally speaking it will be finer material, so you do have to be just that wee bit more gentle. Yeah. Now, you just pull that paper away. As I said before, it was just giving us a very, you know, a rough idea of the minimum that we wanted. Now, not everyone has access to lavender, not everyone likes lavender, but most of us have a soap that we like. It doesn't have to be a very posh soap or a very, you know, well-known soap, but you can pop it in there and you can hang that round your coat hanger. Now, you wouldn't probably use this colour, but I want to be able to show you what my idea was. We've left a channel there at the top, that's why I didn't run the sewing all the way to the top. And what it means is, if you do decide that you're going to keep this in a wardrobe, then all you do is you just thread your ribbon through there, and you can tie that round your coat hanger, and that will keep it on. Now again, you don't have to do that, or you might do it some of the time. If you don't want to do it, then you just fold it back like that, and you've got a little sachet for your drawer with a nice scented soap in it. And once you realise that it doesn't have to be lavender, then you could use a more masculine handkerchief and a more masculine soap if you wanted to put something scented in, you know, a guy's wardrobe. So it does open out your options once you start to use a nice soap that you like. So that's how to make a very simple sachet using perhaps a wee hanky that otherwise you wouldn't get the chance to use and you wouldn't see very often. Right, thank you.